Well, as we of the Austrian jet set, like to say, if it's Tuesday, it must be Munich. So happy to be back in the Bavarian capital for a second day, and I've got the town largely to myself as the fine people of Munich are still lingering over their morning coffee, and I'm out walking around and just sort of slowly easing into the day. Well, like most medieval fortified cities, Munich was a fortified city and had a wall, and walls mean gates. And this is a gate that has stood on this site for about 800 years. And it is still remains. It's withstood the war, and it's in its original state. One side the brick exposed, and the opposite side overgrown with ivy, but very, very handsome and a very quiet and pleasant little neighborhood. And seeing these happy folks relaxing over their morning coffee, but I, feeling a little peckish, needed something more than coffee, so I popped into this neighboring deli and I said, just lay it on me, give me what you got. And she did, and I'm glad she did. It was so good. And now, feeling satisfied and fortified, I'm ready for more Munich, and the town is coming to life. The people are now setting up their market stalls and browsing the alleyways, and just beauty and something to catch the eye at every turn. And then stepping into the church, Peter and Paul Assam Church. This was a individually family. This is a family commissioned church that is just of such over the top Baroque design. It's just overwhelms the senses, especially at 10:30 in the morning. And speaking of overwhelming the senses, recognize this man. This is the Thriller. This is Michael. This is a ongoing, actively maintained memorial to Michael Jackson, which is across the street from a hotel where he stayed at in Munich some years ago. Too funny. Well, from the gastronomic to the aesthetic to the eccentric and the eclectic and the ecclesiastic, here we are back inside of a church, and these stained glass windows were really glowing and were a joy to behold in the morning light. Such rich color, huh? This is more of the interior. Always have a thing for pipe organs. Well, pardon the abrupt shift from the divine and the sublime to this decadently delightful, delicious food emporium, Del Mar. No visit to Munich is complete without a visit to Del Mar and to try some of their fine ice cream. Yeah. Now, when you step out the door of Del Mar, of course, you are in a rather, select neighborhood. And, boys, you know, Daddy does like his Mercedes-Benz, and I was thinking, how would it be if I added that one to the fleet? Or how would it be if I added this lederhosen outfit to my wardrobe? I might come back with a new look, both in dress and behind the wheel. What do you think? Well, it has been another exhausting day of sightseeing and eating and sitting on my butt, so I thought I'd better join the good people of Munich for a 5 p.m. cocktail. Then, following the flow of humanity down to the Victuallen market, lo and behold, what was I to discover but that there was a lot of fine food on offer. Yes, indeed. And, my goodness. Well, I can resist everything except temptation. And they were lining up for the glasses and the masses, and, well, they were having what seemed to me so obviously a good time. I could not deny myself the pleasure, but I just lined right up there and got me a big plate of food and a big jug of beer, and, The night was just divine, so divine, in fact, that almost providentially a rainbow smiled down upon me, and I felt my spirits lifting high. Now, with a couple of hours before my train to yet again night train to Hanover was to depart, I had time to walk about the city and to keenly observe how people were enjoying their evening. And what did I find but that most folks were enjoying their evening in the Gasthaus and having glasses of tall, cold glasses of Hefeweizen and hot, delicious bowls of goulash. And so I thought, well, what better way is there to bide that time than to join in that brotherhood in the gastronomic brotherhood, sisterhood, and I am so glad I did.